This is Demiworld.
His name is Jorn Kropp. He's deceased now. I think he died in Antarctica or something. He rode his bike from like Finland or something to the base camp of Everest and then climbed it without aid, without support, so no Sherpas, and without oxygen.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. The guy was nuts, and it was so funny, but he said because you know, he has to pack his whole way there. And so he's really concerned about weight, you know, because he's got to drag that whole weight with him. So he only wore one pair of underwear. That's it. He didn't bring a second pair. And he said he wore that pair of underwear like every way that you could ever think to like wear that pair of underwear. And then when he was, after he summited on his way back to Camp 4, he shit his pants. And he said if he had to do the whole trip all over again, he'd bring a second pair of underwear.
That's his only takeaway. Bring more than one pair of underwear.
More than one pair, yeah.
Well, I guess that's a lesson learned there.
So for all you crazy people who want to ride your bike to Everest, climb it self-supported without oxygen, bring two pairs of undies. I mean, I like climbing mountains, but those mountains are too tall for me.
Apparently they're too tall for most people.
For most people, for almost everyone.
For pretty much everybody. If there's a dead zone,
right,
it's pretty much too tall for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's up there because it can't sustain life. But people see it as a challenge. I get it. You know,
because it's there.
Conquer Mother Earth, you know.
Because it's there. That's such like a bro thing to say.
Oh, that's something somebody says who has testicles.
Totally. Because I can.
Yeah, it's a male bravado bullshit thing. It's toxic masculinity. Because it's there. I gotta conquer it. You don't have to conquer everything. It's okay, dude. Just Netflix and chill, man. It's okay.
They didn't have Netflix and chill in 1924. You know, I guess that's how they entertain
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Big news. I'm going to try to stay home all week, sort of. Mm-hmm. Although this is a busy week for me socially, which is really rare. Hope I don't get pulled over. Hopefully Oregon has other things that they're worried about besides expired plates.
Well, everybody is freaked out about coronavirus right now, so... Perhaps.
I have never washed my hands so much in my life.
Me neither. And really well, too.
Oh, dude. So I'm I got a med school thing happening right now. And one of the professors said 1 minute.
1 minute?
Wash your hands with soap and water for 1 minute.
Holy shit. That sounds like an eternity.
That's how long I've been washing my freaking hands.
I wouldn't have any hands left. They're so dry right now.
I know. 1 minute. That's what I've been.
God.
Yeah. I don't like to waste that water, so I just suds them around for as long as I can with the water off. Count.
Well, yeah, because if you rinse, you have your hands under the water, then it doesn't do anything. You're just rinsing all the soap off. So definitely.
But usually if I just wash my hands, I leave the water running and then I soap up and rinse off. But because a minute's a long time, I'm I got to turn the faucet off.
Right.
Because otherwise the water is just going to be running for an entire minute. Because normally I wash my hands for 3 seconds.
So I've heard that singing happy birthday is about how long you should be washing your hands.
I bet that's probably about a minute.
Maybe it is. I thought it was maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because even that seems like forever.
I know. I hate that about myself now. That I'm so impatient about absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. They got rid of all of my fancy TV here, which is fine because they have a smart TV. And so I just logged into my Hulu account. Mm-hmm. But it is takes, a couple seconds. It just doesn't load as fast as it does on every other device. And right. I'm oh my God, I have stopped watching TV in the living room because I can't wait the extra 2 seconds it takes for me to scroll through every channel.
Oh, I'm on my phone. My phone is older, so it has a delay for everything. So I like push a button and nothing happens. I'm like, come on! God! Like, it's just 2 seconds. Calm the fuck down. Okay, so there's a chance that Odin will wake up.
Okay.
We upped his Adderall dose by 5 milligrams, and he's been having trouble sleeping.
It's all wired.
Yeah, and he's got little dark circles under his eyes. It's like, oh, baby, you're so tired.
Looks like a little crackhead.
He does.
Should like give him a little cup of coffee so he can a little robe, draw a 5 o'clock shadow on his face.
Put a cigarette behind his ear.
Totally. And you know, like the kind of robe I'm talking about. Like it goes to the knees and it's ratty.
Oh, totally. The dude.
The dude, yeah. But a little bit shorter.
Yeah, the kind of, it comes to your knees, exactly. It's got coffee stains on it.
Cigarette burns.
Maybe some vomit.
Yeah. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, please.
WuTang, 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 right? Isn't that the new thing now that everyone's doing?
I don't know. What is that?
WuTang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Follow these tips from the WuTang Clan. W, wash hands. U, use mask properly. Touch nothing. Avoid large crowds. Never touch your face with unclean hands. And go to the hospital if you have severe symptoms. WuTang.
That's super boss.
Protect your neck against the coronavirus. WuTang, that's what it says. All of my favorite movies are what people consider crappy movies, and I think they're great.
Well, they like cult classics?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. Sort of. Yeah.
Okay, like, give me one.
Well, my favorite movie of all time, which I remember making you watch, because it's so great, and you really liked it, was the Corey movies Dream a Little Dream.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's my favorite movie. I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Siskel and Ebert gave that 2 thumbs up, man.
Right.
They liked it. It's a good one.
It's a good one. The second one, not so much.
Oh, did they make a sequel?
They did, and it was several years later, and some serious drug addiction was... I mean, it was kind of obvious in the first one that Corey Haim, I think, was already struggling. And by the second one, it was like, oh, dude.
Yeah, I had such a crush on him. God, I was in love with Corey Haim. That cute little side smile. Ugh,
me too. I always thought Corey Haim was the cutest, but Corey Feldman was the funniest. And so,
yes,
although I'm physically attracted to Corey Haim, I always feel like in a way I liked Corey Feldman more just because he's always so funny, in my opinion.
To me, by the time Dream a Little Dream came around, he was so into Michael Jackson that I was just like, I don't know anymore how I feel about you.
But I love that about him in that movie. Look, I just want to let you know that I was not a cool dude, all right? And I was really, like, unchilled, and I should really, like, chill out, you know, right? Right? Love that movie so much.
Okay, so that's a good one. Can you give me one more that people think is terrible?
Well, my roommate and I have discussions about this a lot because besides Dream a Little Dream, all of my favorite movies are like the sequels of movies. So I love Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey so much more than the first one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I like them both.
Oh, I think the second one is so great. I mean, it just like...
You like death?
Oh, yeah, Death. Of course, who doesn't like Death?
Death was awesome in that. Yeah, playing... What were they playing? You sink my battleship.
Oh, they played all of the games.
They played all the games.
You're wrong. It was Professor Plum. We meld in death. It's the evil robot us's. Oh, my God, that movie is so good. And then they go to heaven and... You know, when they are at the pearly gates, they're like, what's the meaning of life? And they start quoting, every rose has a thorn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad song.
Oh, did you see my text that I sent you? Speaking of bad movies that I absolutely love.
Bumblebee tuna.
Your balls are showing.
I never liked that movie, which is funny because it's a sequel. So I love the first one, but I never liked the second Ace Ventura until the day I got divorced. My court appearance was like at noon. And I went to the bar, my bar, immediately afterwards. So I got to my bar at like 2 or 1. And my friends don't get off of work until like 4. So I was just hanging in there.
So you had a good start. You had a head start on them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But I sat there and watched that movie the whole time. And I was like, this is the funniest movie I've ever seen. Does anyone know about this movie? This movie is so good.
So I didn't see the first one until I was a senior in high school. And
you told me that they played it like in your class, right?
Right, and everybody had seen it, so nobody's paying attention to the TV, and I was fucking laughing so hard when he has the tutu on, and he's just like, put me in, coach, put me in. And I was like, haven't you seen this? I'm like, no, I hate Jim Carrey, but that like endeared me. And then I saw Liar Liar. Oh fuck.
Oh,
dude.
that one's good. Yeah,
that is so good. And then Me, Myself, and Irene, which is super raunchy but hella funny.
Yeah.
And then the second Ace Ventura, just like when he puts the little guy, the little guy with the monocle over his shoulders, and he's walking around like, ooh, look at my coat. He smacks him on the ass. I'm like, this is the best movie.
Yeah. That movie was, I never gave it a chance the first time, I guess, but when you're sitting in a bar at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, you just got divorced, it's the funniest movie you've ever seen in your life.
You know what? Any movie that you watch in that like needs to be hysterical because it's the only way to go.
I know. Remember my black kitty cat Shady that we had to put down?
I do.
Yeah, so that was so traumatic. And Ian and I got home from the emergency vet, and we turned on the TV, and Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion was on, and we watched that movie, and it's the worst movie, but we just sat there and laughed and laughed and laughed because we really just needed to laugh.
I invented Post-it notes. Mm-hmm. No, okay.
So do you feel better now that you cried?
I do.
Because I'm going to send you an invoice because this has been Kelly Incorporated. Thank you for listening.
Kelly Incorporated. Best therapy ever.
I mean, Kelly Inc. Whatever.
Kelly Inc. That's right. Inc.
Friends Inc. Friends Inc.
Friends Inc.
This has been a episode of Friends Inc. Friends Inc. Corner.
Worst name for a therapy conglomerate I've ever heard. Oh. So should we start?
Let's start. This is season 5. No. Let's start again. Take 2. Clap. This is episode 5 of season 3. I got my brother a Darth Vader clapper for Christmas because I had no idea what to get him.
What is a Darth Vader clapper?
You know, like the clap on,
Yeah, but it's Darth Vader?
But it's Darth Vader. It looks like Darth Vader. You plug it in the wall.
Oh, I was not understanding. I was like, do you have to dress like him?
And before you start clapping? No, it's Darth Vader's head, and you plug it in the wall, and then you, program your lights. So, but then when you clap, it'll be like, in Darth Vader's voice, it'll be like, lights on, and then you clap
great.
again, and it'll be like, lights off. So,
that's a good bad gift.
Yeah, I mean,
like
he's impossible to shop for. So
many people are. I'm like, what do I get you? I'm just getting socks because I don't know what to get you.
I don't even think I got my brother's socks last year. I really had to dig deep this year. Anything he wants, he buys for himself. It's so hard to shop for him.
This has been Demiworld. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Demiworld Podcast. You can visit our website for show notes at demiworld.net. If you want to reach out, you can email us at demiworldpodcast@gmail.com. You can support us on Patreon at Demiworld Podcast. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Bye.